from. So what you can do is then you can print out these QR codes and stick them, say, at each location. So for example, if you have a load of rooms, so you stick the QR code, say, somewhere in the room. So what you can do then is you can open up your Procore app on your phone, you go in and you scan the QR code. And what that does then, it brings up, say, you can do whatever you want to with that room. So all the different tools will come up for that room. So say for the likes of observations, photos, RFIs. So once you scan the QR code, what you can do is you can bring up all the information got to do with that location on site, and all the information on Procore will come up in front of you on your phone. And also what you can do is once you scan the QR code as well, you can actually add information. So for example, you can take a lot of pictures once you scan the QR code, and they'll save as that location on the phone as well. So what I'll do is I'll just give an example of how it works there. So I don't know if you can see that screen there now, it's shared. So what we would set up for the lads in Trinity. So one second, I'll just pull up this now. So you'll see here, so all the locations have been set up already, and these are the QR codes that they generate. So these will be stuck on each location in the site, so inside a room or whatever. So I'll just drag over my phone here now. So can you see that phone screen there now as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, the Trinity project, we had this set up for there last week. So when you go onto Procore on your app on your phone, you're looking for this locations tool here. So you'll see that little thing there. So when you click on that and open it up, it'll open up a kind of a camera. So all you do is you scan the QR code like that in the room, and this is what you'll see then. So you'll see the different tools that come up. So the location name will be on the top of the page, and then underneath that you'll see snag lists, you'll see observations, incidents, inspections of RFIs, submittals, photos, and correspondence. So what you can do is, so you'll see at the moment we have only set it up there already. So you'll see there's no items found yet. So if you want to just say for the photos tool, so you go into the room, you scan the QR code. What you can do then is you can add photos. So if you click add photos, it'll open up your camera and you can go around and take all your pictures. So take a few like that. And so when your picture's taken, just press close, and you'll see here then there's a couple of photos added into this location. So again, so all the photos of the room or to a certain block or whatever area you're after scanning. So the same then as well if you want to open photos. So if there was photos associated with the room that you're after scanning, you can click open photos, and it'll bring you into your photo album here, and you'll be able to open them by location. So you'll be able to see all the photos got to do with that location. You can do the same then with the RFI. So if you want to create an RFI if you're in the room after scanning the QR code, again, it'll just bring you into your RFI here, and you can create it here as you go. So there's a couple of things that you can do as well with these. So if you want to, if it's for smaller jobs and stuff like that, you can add in these locations yourself. So I'll go through how to do that there now. But for the likes of bigger jobs where there could be a couple of hundred locations, myself or Brian will be able to bulk upload these. So if you want to get onto us to do that, I'll be able to do that for you if you want to upload them in bulk. But if it's only a small job and you want to add a couple of single locations, I'll just show you how that can be done now here as well. So
yeah, Colin,
I
suppose in some occasions you might have to add a location on the fly, and it's not it's not constrained to just rooms in the project. You want to set up a location like site manager's office, toilets, whatever, gate. You can actually, it's very flexible in that regard. So you can set it up to whatever location you want. It might be, for instance, it might be useful to set it up on your office if you're making safety observations with your office or something like that. So it's flexible.
Yeah, so for things like that, if you need to just set them up on the go and singular location. So to do this, then what you want to do is you want to look for your admin tool here. So if you click project tools, you look for admin, and this will bring you into over here on the right hand side. Then there's an option for locations here. So So you see here on this list here, project settings, so you're looking for locations. So you see there's an option here to bulk upload. So this is why I was saying if, myself, if I'm bulk uploading them directly for all in one go. But say, as Brian said, if you want to add a location yourself on the go, or just a singular location, this is where you do it here. So you see here, they're kind of tiered. So your first tier might be, a block, so block 1 or something like that. And then within that, you'll have a second tier, and you can add in your rooms or something like that. So I'll just add in a first tier here again, for example. So I'll just type in block 2, for example. You just tick it off. And then within that, then you can add a second tier. So within block 2, you might have, room 1 or whatever you might want to call it, like that, and you just tick it off like that. And so that's the way they're kind of tiered. So you see here, I'll just bring it back up this here. So you see here on these examples here that we've done up already, you'll see within the QR code to see. So this will be the first tier here, and then within that you have your second tier. So that's your your room number, and then you have your lobby within that. So that's first tier, and that's second tier within it.
So again, 0 is ground.
Yeah, so that'll match up to that then when you put the way you're typing them in here. So that's basically if you want to create one on the fly and a singular location. But again, as I said, myself or Brian will be able to bulk upload them here if we're going all in one at the start of a project or something.
You might just show how to print a QR code, one big QR code there. You know the single QR code that we were looking at this morning? Might just show that. Possible.
So to print a singular QR code then, so I just say if you have something like this set up, just so a singular location, if you just press the little kind of settings button here on the side of it, what you can do is if you go to print QR, you'll see here, you'll be able to print QR code and that's the location you've typed in. And so you'll see format options then. So if you're just printing the same one, you're just printing one per page, and that'll print out that QR code, and you can stick it up there wherever you're printing it off for. And you'll see underneath that there's an option to print 30 labels. So so these ones here that I've shown, if these are being printed off, there's a certain paper as well that we order in for these. So they're sticky labels. So that's the option then for printing them off for the little sticky labels. But again, if you're printing off just one singular one, you can click that on one per page, and you just press print, and you'll be able to print it off yourself there and stick it up. So again, it's fairly straightforward to use. Brian, I don't know if you want to add to that there, or if you want to give an example.
Very good presentation. They are very good for. This is a very good process for storing information, especially photos. A lot of locations, it's really good to. It's essentially like a folder system. It's very good for how you manage your information. Because if you have a very large project, it's a bugbear of mine. You just dump all the photos into the photos tool. Just into the project, you get lost. There's projects there with 14 or 15,000 photos. If you're searching for photos, it's a lot easier to understand that it's associated with a room location, and you can find that very, very easy 6 months down the road, rather than searching through photos. You find one through one. So any of that information is associated with nags, R5s, metals.
I think, Brian, it's very good for checklists as well. If you're closing walls, you want to close walls and take photos of the walls, so that you can see it brings you right to that location. It's very good that way, and it's also very good for installing the fire doors as well. That you can actually have a tag on the back of every fire door, and the carpenter can actually take photos of every door before he puts on the architrave to show the fire mastic around it, and you have your evidence. Then they're
Correct.
very good. They can be very useful if you use them for those.
Yeah, it's very very flexible, so it can be used for doors, rooms. It doesn't have to be explicitly designed to just a room location. So, like as Aidan says, you can use it for the doors, and you can assign a checklist to it. So it's very really good for your
So
project.
just even a project that we're on, we're using the QR code. We've actually given it to the door manufacturers. So we're using Carl Joinery for the doors. So when they actually have the door manufactured with all the ironmongery that we're adding, we're getting them to add in the factory. They take a photo of it showing that all the ironmongery is on, and that's their part of the bargain done. And that QR code is actually on the door when it comes to site, and the carpenter fits it. Then he's using that same QR code then to finish off the checklist, which is something probably not a lot of guys have, or not a lot of joinery manufacturers would do for us, but they're kind of doing it for us on the project we're on. So it's something you could ask. It might be something to going forward on a project that you might be on. Just saves all the hassle.
SSRs, so.
Yeah, what else is there? Just the only other thing is the paper for this, the 30-page to print off those tags. That stuff comes from America rather than, it's not actually local. So you want to be allowed 2 weeks and let Christine know what you're actually buying those stickers for, because it's like an exact brand of it, but it doesn't actually work. So small things.
We've put in a bit of a bulk order there anyway on that, so that we have spares going forward. So it's a problem there the last few weeks. Yeah. Other than that, very good. Colin, does anyone else have any questions on it, or?
Sorry, lads. Yeah, I have one question. You can generate QR scanner on your tablet. You have to do on computer, is it?
Yeah, you have to do it on just unless you go through a browser. Unless you go through the web browser on your phone.
Okay, because I tried now on the actual tablet. I can't.
No, you can't do it through the app. Okay.
Yeah.
The Pacific app. So you'd have to log into Procore through a web browser, like you see it now. So,
okay, that's my question. Was thanks.
The app is only used for access. Anyone? Anything else?
Colin, would it be okay just to do a very quick one snag, just as an example?
Yeah, I'll put it up there, and I'll just go through an example of it there again. So you're looking for your location there. So so you're just scanning the thing here, and it'll bring up them. So is it a snag you're looking for, Gareth?
Just an individual snag, yeah. And I presume you can, if you're in a room and say if it's table and joint in it or something like that, you can take a number of photos all under the one snag.
Yeah, again, so it's the same as the tools as you'd see anyway. So again, if you want to create a snag here like that, it'll bring up the exact same template as you'll see on the actual tool. So again, you come in here and it'll bring up new snag, and you can take as many pictures as you want here, and you'll see your information will come in there underneath that there as well. So,
see there, Gareth, if you can go back into that one again. Yeah. What it's basically doing, if you scroll down there, you can see the location parameter there. It's automatically populated. So that's I mean, you can do all this stuff without a QR code, but if you have 500 locations and more, and you go into the snag tool, first of all, you go into that room, you have to figure out what's the name of that room, and second of all, if you do know the name of the room, you have to scroll through 500 locations to find the name of the room that you want. So that takes time. So the idea of QR code stands for quick reader. So it's a quick reader access tool. So it just populates that location tool very, very quickly. It gives it metadata then.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great, Colin. Thanks.
And then it's the same principle for all them headings. So RFIs, inspections. So Aidan was talking about inspections, which is checklist. So you can create an inspection on that checklist. So if you went in there, you find the template that you want. Company templates there at the moment, but and you can assign that checklist again to that location.
Very good.
Principle. Okay.
That's, if not necessarily answer, we can leave it at that there if no other questions are.
That's fine, Colin and Brian. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I hope
Thanks.
you can drive it on your jobs anyway, lads, because it is very useful. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Ben. Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks a lot. Cheers.